What up, everybody? My name's Impractical, and welcome back to Sonic Speed Simulator. Today, we got ourselves the Superstar update. That's right, Speed Jungle Zone. And I have to say, this world has it all. It may be the smallest world, but I feel like it has a lot to give. It's beautiful. Look at the rails, pumpkins especially, and the skins you can unlock. That's right, Classic Sonic, Classic Knuckles, woo, love it, and Classic Amy. Now, the most beautiful thing about this is that we're going to have the slow rollout of the update for Halloween. I can't wait for Pumpkin to come out. I hope it does come out because it's great to see it, especially for seasonal updates. You gotta love it. Now, we also have the sad news of not being able to unlock Classic Tails. But that being said, let's focus on these quests. That's right. This event is going to be focusing on the new zone. It is a lot to do, so let's look over the similarities that each of these characters share between their quest. Besides the majority of the quests being focused only in the jungle zone, Sonic, Knuckles, and Amy only share one quest, and that's destroy magnets. Now, you'll be able to complete the quest fast enough because these three characters share this quest. Sadly, that's the only thing they share. Knuckles and Sonic do share the rail grind quest, which will be a pretty breeze, but Amy doesn't share nothing else between the characters. Amy also needs the completion of Sonic, Classic Sonic, in order to complete her quest. That's right, it does not matter if you already have Classic Sonic unlocked, you need to complete the quest for Classic Sonic in order to get Classic Amy, which is pretty interesting to say the least. On the topic of Amy, two of her quests are held in the races, and speaking of races, Fang is making his debut in Sonic Speed Simulator, and as often as I see him appearing in the racetracks, this is a perfect time to be stocking up on those race tickets, especially before the new month starts. Now, with all of that information out of the way, let's focus on the quests. That's right, we're going to be starting out with destroying badniks. Now, Sonic, Amy, and Knuckles all have this quest, each from varying degrees, 200, 300, 500. The easiest way to get it done, simply put, tornado. Now, this beautiful Halloween tornado I'm riding around with isn't accessible for everyone because it requires Robux. The easier way to go about this, buy it from the race shop. That's right, we have a tornado in the race shop, and all of you should be focusing on buying that first. That will make a lot of your quests easier to complete. As you can see, on top of those badniks I'm destroying, I'm also collecting chaos orbs and flying through those XP rings, which is required for the quest. Fair warning, it can get pretty boring, and I blame Amy for that. Her requirement is 500 badnets, which is an insane amount and pretty rough to do, especially in this tight space with the tornado. It is doable, but I was bored midway through it, and I'm pretty sure some people felt the same way when I asked around. The most interesting thing about completing these quests is that when you fall off the tornado going down the ground, you will get airtime, and that's very important, especially in the jungle zone, because that knocks out another quest for you. You can't switch this up by going into races in between of you doing these objectives, but try your best to mix it up as much as possible. Now that this takes care of the bulk of our quest requirements, let's focus on rail grinds. Starting out here at this hut, if you grind down this vine, you're going to be able to make a complete loop around back to where we started. The best thing about this area is the fact that there's plenty of XP rings, and there's also badnets you can destroy along the way, help you knock out more than one quest at a time. It can get pretty tricky hopping from one to the other, and I'm pretty sure there's another location that is much better than this one, and I'm sure some of you have already found it. So whichever path works best for you, as long as you have a vine where you can loop around and complete objectives along the way, use it. Again, this quest felt pretty lengthy, and I felt like I procrastinated a lot by not starting the Knuckles quest right away as soon as it came out. But I'm happy to be able to complete all three of these at the same time and show that it can be done, especially on the last week of this event being out. Moving on to hoverboard tricks, I did find it a lot easier to go all the way to the top in the zone. Once I was able to get off this spring and pull off a couple tricks, I was able to do tricks all the way down to the bottom, which net me a lot of points for the completion of this quest. As you can see, it shot me up. But it can get pretty annoying going all the way back up and back down. It is easier with the tornado, but just the thought of being repetitive with it. I did discover during my attempts completing this quest that you can actually destroy magnets while on the hoverboard. You just have to ram right into them, which is a pretty cool detail to find out. Starting out with the hoverboard quest was a bit tricky, to say the least. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it was kind of rough. This zone is tight and cramped. At one point, I was just spamming boosts and jumping tricks against a wall to see if I could knock out as much as possible, but I was getting nowhere with that. It did start out pretty slow, and I was able to gain some momentum over it, but then I gave up on that completely and decided to just boost as much as possible and pull a trick while riding the board. As you can see on the screen, that's what I'm doing, and it did pay off in the long run. As long as I was able to gain some height, I was able to pull upwards from 5 to about 15 tricks in the air and have it count. It helps sped up along the tricks for hoverboard, but like for boost, that was a little trickier. I had to boost as much as possible while keeping my energy up. If you do have stamina chows or an area where you can actually use rings to replenish your energy meter, it will help make this a lot easier. But again, kind of tricky, but it's still possible to get it done. All right, now on to races. The good thing about the races is that it's quick. Well, not really that quick, but it is easy to do. Metal City is counted towards your race completion, as well as the Chaos Orbs that you collect here for Amy. Now, none of these will count towards Sonic and Knuckles' quest regarding the airboard, so best to leave that out. But you will be able to get it done. Now, as for the best racetracks to get Chaos Orbs, I found that Metal City and City Escape offered a lot. Green Hill Zone gave me only a little bit in the short burst at the beginning, and Metal Madness only gave me sporadic amounts, which honestly was kind of insane because I thought Metal Madness would be the place for Chaos Orbs, but to my surprise, it really wasn't. I would recommend Metal City a lot because it is a quick, fast racetrack and you can collect a lot of Chaos Orbs there, especially going throughout the map. Now, for Amy's quest, you do have to complete 10 races. Now, that is to completion. Once you complete that, you can spend the rest of the races just riding around collecting Chaos Orbs. You don't even have to complete the race. You could just move around. But it will be a waste because you'll miss out on race tickets. So do it at your own discretion. As for me, I was looking to complete it as fast as possible, especially because Amy drained me with the 500 badniks. That was a lot to do in the short time I did it in, and I just felt a little burnout at the end. Halloween is just around the corner, and these pumpkins have candy to give out. That's right, you'll be trick-or-treating at 3 pumpkins in the jungle zone. These 3 pumpkins will give you amounts of candy, I believe up to 8, 16, and 32. The best thing about it is this is your early access way of getting the candy before the Halloween update drops. And when it does, trust me, you'll be doing a mad dash to unlock everything. Now, according to the Halloween shop, from what I can see, there will be only a 1-day period while the Halloween event is out to get everything in the shop. You can purchase it with Robux or you can grind it out the old-fashioned way, completing quests and objectives during the seasonal event. Now, again, this is the early periods. You guys should be trying to get these pumpkins as much as possible before this event drops, okay? The more you're able to do it now, the easier it'll be later on when the event drops, so you don't have to grind as hard, and you could just enjoy it as much as possible. Take a couple screenshots, have a laugh with a couple friends. That being said, I am trying to buy up everything in the shop this year. I'm going to be buying up everything, and with these red star rings that I've earned from this superstar event, I might spend something in it. I will see, depending on how the stats for those chows look and the trails, but we'll figure that out when it gets there. But as for now, this is all I have for you guys. Hey guys, it's Post Edit and Practical. Thank you guys so much for supporting the videos. I do appreciate everybody who likes, subscribes, and watches my guides. It really does mean a lot to me. I'm sorry for this video being delayed. The files got a little mixed up, but it will get better in the future. Hopefully I'll have everything streamlined. I'm sure you guys noticed last Friday I was able to live stream Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I'm happy to confirm that I'm able to stream now. I would love to stream the Halloween event coming up for Sonic Speed Simulator. I won't make any promises, but if I am able to live stream on that day, I will put out a post on the community kit tab to let you guys know. As for anything else that comes up regarding the channel, I will be adding more content to diversify with Majora's Mask and also Sonic Superstars. Those videos are already done. They just need to be edited and uploaded. Other than that, I hope you guys continue to support me as you always have. And again, thank you so much. My name's Impractical, and I'm signing out. Bye-bye.